Hey, so, alright, we'll just start from the beginning here. I did kind of rush through the first thing, and don't worry about it. You are learning, and like I said in my email, it gets confusing enough when your brain is clear. Why do you think I eat MJ's Adderalls? So, look, this is confusing in itself. It doesn't tell you what any of these things are. It's very confusing. I know these are the architecturals. I downloaded the amenities, and then after playing around, I found this ID, which, you know, anytime you see ID, you want that. So the first one was just the amenities, and this is the floor plans of the clubhouse itself. So it's a standalone clubhouse, just one floor. Now, if you just look around, there's not a whole lot of countertops in here. I'm assuming you'll have restrooms, this business center, obviously this club room will be, this leasing desk, and sometimes there'll be a countertop in the mail room. This work room here, anytime you see work room or break room, sometimes they'll use the same material that they're putting in the units because it's a cheaper thing. Like this stuff is always high end, but the workroom they'll go a little cheaper on. Alright, so now if you remember on the first video, there was the icon that showed you where the elevations were. So this one does not have that. So again, Alexa, stop playing annoying music. So again, every time you're going to do this, it's going to be a little bit different, so you can't just expect to dive right in and it's going to be the exact same. Architects are different, every job is different, they all draw a little bit different. So, just scrolling through, and they actually made it pretty easy on us. They gave us a blow up of where all the counters are, and elevations are right next to it. So this one, there's no searching around, there's no jumping around. They actually made it simple. So, now I'm going to go back to the ID drawings because we don't know what we have for material. So, here's our finish schedule. And tile, okay, stone. So here's our stone. Caesar stone, Calcutta Nouveau, throughout. Caesar stone, Vanilla Noir, study area, sales reception. Caesar stone, Pebble, throughout. So again, you just write in your ST1s, Calcutta Nouveau, Vanilla Noir, Pebble. And see, we may want to use these for the whole. Okay, so this one they do give you much more information on. This is the one that does have the elevations. And everything that you need here. Okay, so I'm going to keep this regular PDF open. I'm going to open that same drawing in eTakeoff. And on eTakeoff, I'm going to go right to those elevations. So let's just start at the restroom. Let's see, 6.2, 6.2. Yeah, looks like they started right at the restrooms. So I'm going to go to ID 6.2. Hey, got lucky. Okay, so ID 6.2, we are looking at detail 09. We'll be looking right at this vanity top. And on this one, it'll be detail 13. We'll be looking right at this vanity top. It'll be the same detail, but so 09 is right here, and they say that this vanity top is ST1. So I'm going to just measure it at 65 inches. Now I had actually already run through this, so we're all set. So that's why I was like, don't worry about it. If just rest your eyes. So we have 2 restrooms, 66 inches by 25. So then we will go back to the floor plan, and we just kind of scroll around. Conference room gives you plenty of elevations, but there's no countertops in there. Now, this is the study area. Now we know there's stone in the study area because of what we saw on the finish schedule. So let's start here. 6.2 detail 03. We're still on 602. So detail 3. So this whole counter is ST3. And it is 147 inches. So that was ST3 study. I'm a little bit big, 143. And now, changing channels real quick. Don't worry about the lamination yet. Okay, what I typically do is I'll get all my quantities, all my countertops, and then I will bounce back and see if it's laminated. And the finish schedule would have told us that. If it says 2 cm on the finish schedule, you know it's going to be laminated. If it says 3 cm, there might be some areas that have lamination, but most of it will not be. Okay, so we got this. Now we're moving up. 6.201 and 02. So 02 will show us what this is, probably some seating. 01 will show us that where the television is. There might be a credenza underneath there or something. So 02 shows us there's a countertop right here, because that shows the whole wall, and then that inside was banquet seating. So we have this as ST2, and it's 72. So that was the lounge. I believe that's, yeah, coffee lounge. So that's ST2, so I have it right here. And detail 1 we didn't look at yet. So detail 1 is nothing. It's just nice glass. Alright. Now we're going to move over here. Now 6104, we want to see what these guys are doing. Is that not? Oops, I'm going to close this. Screw me up. Okay, so ID 6.1. So that's actually back one. So that's the club room. That's not what we were looking at. So it was all this stuff. So we have no stone here. This is something that we're going to want to look at. Not sure what that is. You can either look at it now, go to ID 7.301, and it'll show you what that is. I'm just going to look at the plans and I'll come back to that. Okay, so we have no stone here, so now we'll go to the club room. And this is all on 7.3, it's looking that way. 6.1 will show us this, and then this one right here this detail here, oops, Okay, these details here show us the section detail. So 7.401 is going to show us the section of this counter. So we're just going to go to this detail, 6.1-03, and that is this, and it tells us that that countertop is ST1. So I'm not going to measure it. I've already got it 143. Okay, so here's the club room. This is the island. Okay, and while I'm on this page, so basically there's two ways that you can do common areas. You can do the first way, which I'm doing right now, which that's how I started doing it, so I don't know if that way is going to help easier for you to visualize. As I've gotten into it and I know where more stuff is, I will just go right to the elevations. Okay, I'll go right to the first page of elevations, which is right here, and I'm just going to start cruising through until I see something that says stone. So this says ST3 right here. Okay, so this is the leasing office. I will bounce back into, this is 6.0 detail 3. Okay, so I'll bounce back into that floor plan. First I'm going to try and find the leasing office. Okay, so this is all leasing. 6.05, 6.06, 6.01, 6.01. That's why sometimes it's a little harder. Oh, here it is. 6.0 detail 3. So this is that counter. Okay, now the other side of that is 6.0 detail 2. So it's actually not a counter. Those are sliding doors. And detail 2 is that. So it makes it confusing because of this dotted line, but this is the counter we were looking at. So picture yourself standing right here. That counter is on your right hand side. TV is on the left hand side. See, TV, counter. Okay, so that's the leasing office. It's ST3. Leasing coffee, I called it. 60 inches. So now we just go through the rest of these elevations and see if you see anything else. Sometimes there will be a fireplace that we have to take care of. We'll have to check that detail after. SP2, so it doesn't look like it is. Just that one countertop there. Cruising through. Gonna have to go back to that. Okay, we've got that club room. That's where we were. Gaming. Okay, so nothing on this set. That's the study area. We did that already. Study, study, study. So now we go into the conference room. Not seeing anything called out as stone. We got the restrooms. ST1 at the restrooms, yada yada yada. So we'll go right to the next step. No stone down. Oh wait, no, STX. Okay, so this is fitness. Now STX just means they're not sure what they're going to use yet, but we want to make sure we carry it. So you can see I just added it into the ST1. And I did that because the Calcutta Nouveau is the most expensive color. So if you ever come into that, I would just make another spot right here or anywhere and just put to be determined, and just anything that's to be determined you can put right there. Okay, so we're going to move on. Not seeing anything, not seeing anything. Okay, now this is where I was talking about the workroom is usually, sometimes they use it as the same color as the units. So UST1 means units ST1. So that just tells you it's whatever they use in the kitchen. That's what they're putting in that workroom. So there's my workroom. And you go back to the plans. It's always better to measure from the floor plan, because if you have like an L-shaped kitchen, so there's your workroom. Okay. So it looks like there's stone on all three sides of that workroom. So everything here is stone. And then you have actually one more here, 16. That's probably the copy machine, 15, 16. Oh, they got a little counter right there. Alright, so okay, now we're getting into the mailroom. Go to the next set. And there's your mailroom, ST2. So we're on 6.4 detail 3. So let's jump into the mailroom, which is where the hell is the mail? Oh, okay. It's on the second page. Mailroom, finish plan. There it is. I wasn't looking up high enough. Alright, so detail 4. Aha. Okay, so detail 3 is where I caught that. That's looking at the side. So you're just looking at the side of this countertop. If you look at detail 04, you're now seeing that there's 2 countertops there in ST2. So, and I don't have those there. I have them in ST1, so that may have changed. So I'll just copy and paste. Copy and paste is Control C. Paste is Control V. Okay, moving right along. No stone, no stone, no counters. So that's it. We have them all. Now, it's always good just to use both, but your elevations and your floor plan, they're the main thing. Now let's just check. Let's go ahead and check our section details. 7.403. 7.403. 7.403. And I'm just going to look at all of them, and they all show that mitered laminated edge. So again, this automatically sums them all up. But now, and to be honest, that's not the best way to do it. I just do it because sometimes it's faster. But if you have a lot of different countertops that require, polishing all the way around, it's easier to just go through and do it yourself. So you hit equals. Now I know this reception desk is polished on all 4 sides, so it would be this plus this plus this plus this. And these were waterfall ends. Oh, actually, let me show you the reception desk. I glassed over that. So reception desk. And let's look at this, because I didn't do that either. So this, look at this island. So we go to 7.301. Okay, now this is where I was talking about. So this shows you that this has waterfall end panels, ST1, ST1. And those waterfall end panels are 30 inches. So they show you a side elevation of that too. So okay, so you jump back to your floor plan, and then you just measure your Measure everything. Measure the island. 122 by, that wasn't very good. 122 by 33. Wait a second here. I think my scale is wrong. Yeah, it is. Forty-four by 160. So I have 160 by 45, and then this is my waterfall, and there's two of them, and they're actually 34 inches by 45. And then I'll show you the reception desk as well. So ID 6.004. Gonna skip over on here. .004. So they don't really show us the reception desk in this elevation, but this little guy is telling us to go to 7.101. Okay, so now there, oops. So 7.101. So this tells us that this box here, and that was that box that we were questioning. It's just showing you the front of this. So this box here is ST1. So you would measure this. It's 44 by 44. Well, maybe not. 44 by 46. ST1. Or was it ST3? ST1. So I think when I originally did this it was wrong. So I'm just going to start over on this reception desk. Okay, so, and actually it gives us the, and then the front panel is also ST1. So this is where you just kind of have to be a detective. So we look at section 7.102, which is right here. And it shows, so here's where it shows everything. So it shows the top, and it shows that front panel, and then you have a 3-inch edge. One thing it doesn't show, if you were looking this way, right at this side, so you'd have the stone falls on this side and meets the countertop. Same thing over here. Okay, so we've got this panel, which is, so this whole thing is 48 inches. So the front panel is 36, 37, 38, 42 by 48. 42 by 48. And the countertop is 48. 48 by 43. Then we have the two side pieces that go down to the countertop, and they're probably 12 inches, so they would be they are right here, so they would be 40 by, I'm just going to call them 12. 40 by 12. Okay, so that takes care of that little box. And then we know the rest of this. You have waterfall ends on each side, and that whole countertop, or these two pieces, so from here to here, from here to here, is ST3. So ST3, this one is 72 by ST3. So there's two of those. 72. What was my dimension? 110. 72 by 38. And then we have the two waterfall panels, which are 34 by 38. And that's that. Now, since you have 3 inches, and that's a little bit different than everything else, 3-inch lamination, it's easier just to go okay, so the whole top is 459, but then you also have it on the sides in the front and the back, so that's 30 inches. So you would go 1 equals 459 plus 30 for one side, and it goes down the other side, and then it works on the other side. And that's by 3 inches. Alright, so that's your lamination right there. Okay, and I think that's it. That's the most confusing part of it, that is that leasing desk. And you'll get the hang of it, but you know, this is just stuff that you don't learn. You have to figure it out as you go sometimes, and the more you do it, the more you see, the easier it's going to be. So then let's just go here. So this is my SS1s all right here, okay? Sometimes I color code them to make it a little bit easier on my eyes. So just want to make sure that my total square footage is connecting on the right thing. So if you go up to auto sum, that will automatically sum those up, and just make sure you didn't miss anything. So Vanilla Noir shows 28.66. And I'm going to do auto sum again. See how it went over here? If it does that, it's easy just to click where you want and drag it up and then hit enter. Now there's 2 of these though, so we summed these 2 up, but we have to add 1 more counter. So you just go plus 40. Okay, so 31 square feet, 31 square feet. And SS3, 116, 116, and the workroom, 58. Okay, so the slab work, you don't have to worry about that, automatically adds it up, but you do want to make sure your lamination is correct. So 50 square feet. Now here I haven't done it exactly cleanly, but so this right here, how I would normally do it is go equals, click on this button, and then divide by 12. Okay, so that gives you 49.92. That's there. This one, that's what I did here. 154 divided by 12. I don't know where it's getting the 13 from, but equals this number. I want it to be 13. And then the pebble. So this one had a lot of lamination because of that reception desk. So, but because we did the reception desk, I'm not going to just add everything up. I'm just going to go equals the reception plus that counter at the study. So that gives me 722. You know, you see this is actually wrong. This should be 722 divided by 12. That gives us 60. And this one is probably just going to be 3 cm, so I'm not going to worry about the lamination. Okay, and that's it. Everything is carried over, and then you can just shoot that over to me. So relax, chill out, rest your eyes, go back at it Monday.